think of the notion of, we live in a society that because of the internet, I think that people are starved for touch. And so when they have the opportunity to be sexually engaged, they go for the end game, right? Without any of the emotions or any of the things that they actually need, and how that's possibly doing more damage and continuing to short circuit the touch that people really need and really starve for. Does it make sense as a question?
It does. I mean, I don't know that I've spoken to people who I would say are sort of jumping to the end game, but I do think that if you're not used to being touched physically, it can be an overwhelming sensation and probably a source of anxiety. I remember when I was interviewing Debbie for this piece, at one point I asked her sort of what advice would you have for somebody who for whatever reason isn't as comfortable with their sexuality as they would like to be. And she had a really simple and I thought compelling answer, which was like, it's kind of basic stuff. It's the stuff that we need sort of outside of our sexual selves. Like take care of yourself, like sleep more, exercise more. If you're not comfortable getting touched, get massage, like get back in the swing of that. I don't know.
And dance, get your shit together. You know? But yeah, I mean, I think that there are many things that we want in life. I think that there's a notion that they called skin hunger, right? Which is that we all have some craving for touching and being touched. And you know, some people do that really well. Like I've had some students who get some needs met while they're figuring out all the like interpersonal dating, hooking up, love, sex, whatever stuff. They get those needs met with like a pet, or like working in like a preschool and volunteering. I mean, like there's really all these other ways that sometimes people just feel like I can get connection to other living beings while I figure this stuff out. Saul Gordon, a now deceased sex educator, was really big on the massage thing and just, you know, other kinds of touch.
And this, for me, jumps back to the defining sex as vaginal intercourse for the vast majority of people for whom opposite sex is sex. That if you crave touch and you crave sex and you believe sex is vaginal intercourse, you will jump to that and skip everything else that may provide you with the warmth and comfort and intimacy and connection and satisfy that skin-to-skin hunger that can lead up to that or actually take its place. Like one of the things that I think is very beneficial for young people to hear, and I'm often saying to them, is you don't have to have penetrative sex, anal or vaginal, to have an adult sexual experience. That a lot of adult sex, particularly a lot of same-sex adult sex, is mutual masturbation and rolling around and maybe a little bit of oral sex and just really feeling each other and connecting. And if you don't regard penetrative sex as the be-all, end-all, and ultimate goal that you're going to rush to in every sexual encounter, I think you're less likely to get people, you know, running roughshod over each other to get to that, and then leaving people with vulval fissures? Vulvar fissures, which
That
I've
word
never
vulva
heard
has
today.
tripped you up as long as I've known you.
It doesn't roll off my tongue somehow.